Good afternoon everyone. Welcome to Tinto Radio. In today's spotlight, we bring you our exclusive look at the political battlefield, introducing two formidable figures set to lead us into the new era. On one side, we have David Sharma, the underdog in the heart of people. And on the other side, we have Ramdev Singh, the seasoned statesman, armed with a wealth of experience. Meet David Sharma, a beacon of resilience in our political landscape. Hailing from humble beginnings, David is 28 and is a true grassroots leader. With a compelling personal journey, raised in a working class family, he intimately understands the daily struggles of common people. David's career took an unexpected turn from a successful entrepreneur to a community advocate, driven by a passion for a positive change. Enter the world of Ramdev Singh, a senior statesman with a legacy of leadership. At 45, Ramdev brings a wealth of experience and a family history deeply rooted in public service. Born into a lineage of political giants, he has dedicated his life to public service. Ramdev's distinguished career spans multiple terms in the key government positions, showcasing a commitment to stability and progress. His key policies center around economic stability.
Good afternoon again and welcome to this special feature by the Till Today news channel. Today we are here to explore your future leaders in this revolutionary presentation and interview so that we may know our future on TV and every common man gets to know who they are voting for, not just because of financial reasons, but because they love them, they support them and they see a good future in them. Meet Ramdev Singh and Mr. David. So to begin with, we begin with a question that resonates with every working man or woman today about economic policies. What is your philosophy on the economic scenario right now, and how do you plan to address the economic downturn that is possible due to the rising prices in the communities?
Our economy needs stability. Over the period of time and my experience in politics, I have come to know about the traditional approach and the importance of it. I know what is right for my community and what I should do for my community. I ensure that I will be a steady ship in times of turbulence. I know I will do it, and we are here in the system from a very long time. We have a resilient economic framework that helps and that provides a support to the system to grow, and where unemployment is negligible. I promote that and jobs will be at its peak.
What are your views, Mr. Dilip?
I believe that while addressing economical challenges, experience is undoubtedly valuable. I mean, imagine a small town where there's economic decline going on. The traditional method of tackling it would be to cut short on the spendings or to tighten regulations. However, think of a local entrepreneur who's inspired by a compelling narrative. He has initiated a community-driven project as he himself knows the problems faced by people with a similar kind of socio-economic situations. This project not only has the ability to retrieve the local economy, but also to foster a sense of pride and unity among people. This also helps us as representatives to understand the psyche of people and promote such enriching experiences for them. Experience is valuable, but so is creativity, adaptability, and the willingness to listen to the people we aim to serve.
Thank you. Moving on. What are your thoughts regarding the social concerns in our community? What are your thoughts regarding the increasing concerns about education?
Education is the cornerstone of my society, and my approach revolves around building and investing into infrastructure, and I suppose I provide my party provides adequate funding to schools. We also provide teacher training so that teachers can train students for a better future, a future where there would be jobs, a future where no one would struggle to get a job and no one would die of hunger.
Let me tell you about a town where schools were struggling. Instead of just pouring funds into the system, we implemented a campaign where our funds were integrated along with a simultaneous accountability system, ensuring that our funds were used properly. We shared success stories of people who encountered the same kind of educational challenges, which inspired the children to believe in the transformative power of education. Furthermore, we had workshops and opened forums for teachers to bring light to the mistakes in the system which teachers noticed on a root level. It was all about having a culture that values mutual learning. We did all that so that our teachers can get our children ready for the future.
Thank you for your prompt responses. But the Till Today News channel would like to bring to you a special feature, an investigation that we conducted 6 months ago when these two politicians were experiencing a severe increase in the consumption of tobacco in their communities by teens. We researched their two different approaches and we came to this conclusion that will be presented now. Remember the consequences, for they will be valuable.
In a concerning status today, we report a queer situation in Maharashtra. The tobacco epidemic, as it is called, has elicited varying measures by political representatives in their districts. The more influential but orthodox politician Mr. Ramajit has taken to police measures and regulations, making sure that the sale of tobacco and cigarettes are subject to heavy regulations. A press conference was held by the politician to let the public know of these stringent measures. On the other hand, the newer candidate, Mr. Divit, has strayed from traditional measures in adopting an approach consisting of education programs for students and parents to make sure that a narrative of the effects of tobacco is conveyed to all the stakeholders. But these are just measures. How do they come into play practically? What do the locals think of them? We will find out just that with Utkarsh reporting from the respective districts.
Good evening, we are reporting here from Mr. Ramajit's district. Local measures have been taken to ensure that the sale of tobacco is prohibited. A few locals here want to have their opinion noted and we are here to interview them. आपके एरिया में रामाजी जी के नए नियमों के बारे में आपका क्या विचार है?
जी, हमारे क्षेत्र में जो श्रीमान रामाजी नए नियम लाए हैं, जैसे आप देख सकते हो उधर सिक्योरिटी वगैरह खड़ी हुई है और तंबाकू पर प्रतिबंध भी लगाया हुआ है, परंतु हमें लगता है कि हमारे क्षेत्र में इसका पालन नहीं हो रहा है और फिर हमें लगता है कि ये प्रतिबंध लगाने से तंबाकू की जो अवैध बिक्री है वो और बढ़ सकती है।
आपके क्या विचार है?
जी, मैं इनकी बात से बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ। आजकल के बच्चे अपने माँ बाप की सरकार से डरने लगे हैं। आप जैसे कि पान वाले को देख ही सकते हैं, जब से सिगरेट और तंबाकू पे सरकार ने रोक लगाई है तब से इनका तो संघर्ष कम हो गया है और अब ये भी क्या ही करेंगे। जब तक सिगरेट है उसकी मांग है तब तक वो गैर कानूनी तरीके से भी कर रहेगा।
Good evening. We are here reporting from the new boy on the block, Mr. Divit's district. A campaign was held here recently by the party to ensure that the awareness for the ill uses of tobacco reaches every kid and their parents. We are here for just such a journey, to interview a few parents and understand their take on the situation and understand how effective this unorthodox method was. What are your thoughts about this campaign conducted here by the newer political candidate in this region, Mr. Divit?
Well, me and my friends used to consume tobacco, but with the help of the campaign, we confessed to our family and we stopped using it and we understood the consequences of it, like how it would affect our family and how it would ruin our lives.
What are your thoughts now?
We are happy that the children have been saved.
After 2 months of coverage on the issue, we can now see the effects that have resulted. In Mr. Ramajit's district, We can see here that tobacco continues to be sold illegally. Whereas, in Divas district, the boycott on tobacco products continues to hold strong as the sentiment is noticed passionately in schools.
As you could see, the two different approaches provided their own fallacies and their different concerns. The orthodox approach showed its downcomings, and surprisingly, the newer approach showed how an empathetic connection was created between the policymakers and the public. In the modern epoch, the marketing of an idea is becoming more and more challenging, as simple measures of financial means are not enough to ensure public compliance, and emotional connection is deeply desired too. Moving on with the interview, what are your concerns regarding environmentalism and sustainability?
Thank you, Mr. Utkarsh. Sustainability is indeed very crucial for our community. Our community is the stepping stone, and if our community does not follow sustainability and does not grows like that, then there would be a very bad economic downturn. I myself asked the businessmen to follow initiatives, and I gave them incentives in order to adapt eco-friendly ways of production and business. And this is not just what I did. I also allotted security guards in front of tobacco shop so that I could restrict the selling of illegal tobacco, which I have banned in my district. And I know what is right for my community, and I have taken stringent actions against it.
I completely agree with Mr. Ram. But I also believe, instead of just regulations, it is important for us to have a more morally driven approach. For example, the Swachh Bharat campaign, where every citizen held to a promise where to the freedom fighters of our nation. Having such an incentive, having a more meaningful life and a more emotionally driven approach could work wonders.
Thank you. Thank you for appearing today on this special feature. Now, as we can see that the importance of storytelling and emotion in marketing is not only restricted to politics. As history and centuries of history and politics have stood, it is always noticed that the emotional connect between the leaders or the producers and consumers is important to ensure that a good idea or a product is a great idea or a product. Because that is the difference, right? Because as we can see, the modern man not only seeks to enrich his life with material goods, but they need to have a specific emotional connect with him. Because nobody wants something that just came off a shelf and conveyor belt. They want something that will enrich them personally, that will make them happy, and that will make them proud. Thank you very much. This was all.